COD and GTA. Those are really the first big ones that I think of because I played them a lot and I know they probably have a lot of funding behind them. But he brings up a really good point. Like, you have to have the funding to develop this in a way where they will want to use it and play it consistently. Like, I don't play video games that often. It's been a couple months since I've gone up and turned on my PlayStation and hopped on and played some COD. And just because some project comes out with like some new mobile phone game, or even if it's a whole video game, doesn't necessarily mean I'm gonna hop in and start playing it. Like, I might try it, but unless it's something that's actually genuinely fun, or there's enough people that play it to where that's where everyone's hanging out now or stuff like that, like I probably won't use it much. So I think that is a major point is you do have to have the funding to build these out. And it's going to take time. Even if you've got the money, you still have to do it. You still have to go build it, and you have to have a team that codes everything and tests it and make sure it's running well. So it is going to be a while, I think, until we see it on a big scale to where there's like a couple that are like top good games that really people genuinely enjoy, that were built right, that are something new, that have new technology behind them. But when it happens, it's going to happen big. It's going to boom instantly, and that's why I think everyone kind of knows Other Deeds is going to be one of the ones that has a very good chance at doing that. Because, like Banks said, they have the funds already. They've been around for a year. They've developed the whole brand, and they have the funding now to develop other side and how that whole metaverse works. So, I think if anyone has a shot at doing it right, it is definitely them that's in the top. Not to say another project can't do it, but you have to have the funding, and it has to, again, just be something that people are actually going to use.
Fact. And like, for the love of God, if anybody's in these listeners, don't say that your a phenomenal game is going to come out in anything less than a year, because I promise you I won't look into it. Not to be rude. But yeah, no, it's like, unless if you say that you're going to make like a phone game, which phone games don't take that long. But if you say that you're going to have like a game on a server in less than like a year, I would advise to like seek counsel and get really good help to have that and to have a lot of funding behind that. Because yeah, like I've been working on like video games, like I've been proficient with them, and they take a long time to come out with like a game, anything relative. Like, I don't know how many show spaces I've been in that I've heard like projects compare their what they're going to be doing to like GTA 5. I'm like, uh GTA 6 has taken like 10 years, people, to make that game. So please don't tell me that your game is going to come out in 6 months, because GTA 6 has been a while to come out.
Not to mention an ungodly amount of funding and also a background in exactly what they're trying to create there. And someone who, not someone, but like a project that has a fraction of the funding. And, I feel like it's just part of it for me is just taking that extra step of saying, like, how or what is it going to look like? Like, just trying to really pick the brains of the project leaders, the dev team, and say, like, when they talk about metaverse, like, okay, so you want to have a plot of land, this and that, like, what are going to be your first steps in trying to do that? I feel like that just, I would love to hear what some of the answers are from these projects, because, I'm beating a dead horse here with, what I had said earlier, but it's such an easy, like, cop out answer to say, oh, well, yeah, we're gonna exist in the metaverse. It's gonna be great. There's gonna be community. There's gonna be a merch shop. There's gonna be all these things. Okay, so like, what steps are you making in order to make this a reality? And I feel like it's going to fall short there. I feel like most of these projects, not to be too pessimistic, but I just don't think there's a game plan in place. It's that inevitable, well, I mean, metaverse will take care, or not metaverse, but, Other Deeds will take care of it. Someone else will like set the groundwork so that, I mean, if they're going to be honest with themselves, at least, it's, we're just in a holding pattern until someone does it. And then if there's, an easy format that we can jump onto, then by all means, maybe we'll have, a shop that we can set up there if we can afford the real estate. But until then, it's just not there yet. We have to wait and see what it's going to turn into. There's no like independent measure that's being taken at the moment to head towards that goal, other than maybe fundraising. But I mean, that's not exactly a plan.
I
Yeah,
definitely,
it's kind of like a
definitely
hoax.
agree, and like it's pretty interesting, and like narrative is so important, and that's sort of why a lot of projects put in play to earn or put in the next adventure into the metaverse because just that sentence is probably going to get you a pretty high valuation just because a lot of people are just throwing money at these opportunities, and there might be a couple of aces in the deck that do go crazy and do create some sort of game that does actually build traction over the long term. But like Bank said, like GTA 6 has taken 10 years. Like GTA 5 is still one of the most used games and one of the most sold games alone. And that came out 10 years ago. I'm pretty sure it was 10 years ago. I'm not 100% sure on the exact date, but
Yeah, it was like around there, bro.
yeah, exactly. Like like that is a crazy amount of time, and to still maintain social currency in some way, shape, or form for that long, like that's massive. And just the fact that possibly there is going to be some sort of cryptocurrency in the new one, it's going to be absolutely insane. I'm very wary if any project says metaverse or any project says P2E because you can create a token. You can create a token in less than 5 minutes. It does not take long at all. So just because you can create a token does not mean that token will ever hold value. And I'm not trying to be negative or just like I don't know, be the dampener on some projects' parades, but there is so much value that has to, or utility that has to be ascribed to a token before it can get any value whatsoever. And I definitely think you might create a token and it might have a bit of gain, but like over the long term, I think a lot of these random projects that are creating a token and creating a play to earn aspects, eventually that token won't be worth much at all, unfortunately, because there's going to be so much sell pressure. Like on a play to earn game, you have to really the gaming mechanics have to be so great that it basically makes it so you have to keep it. And just staking it to earn more isn't necessarily going to be the thing that holds people into these platforms. I did notice we had two hands up. We also had Alpha come up. Alpha, how are you doing today? Thanks so much for coming up, man. Episode 50. So crazy, so crazy. All-time high in listeners. We did hit 180 at one point. Pretty damn crazy. We're sitting at about 140 right now. Still just as crazy, man. But Alpha, how are you doing today?
Hey, Dubs. Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry, guys. I've been like really busy in the back end, and I even took the phone with me to the shower because it's episode 50. I was like, even if I would not say shit, my name has to be on the list there. And I had you guys talking about a lot of interesting things, and I had Fog asking about what's the difference between what is it, metaverse and GTA, blah blah blah. But yeah, I was just listening, and I'm actually feeling really down right now. I got a disturbing call from my brother, but it's nothing too crazy. Just put my mood and energy a little bit down. But I've been down here trying to get some positive energy, from you guys listening in. Oh God.
Alpha, if you don't flip that frown upside down right now, baby, come on. We're all in your corner. You know we
I'm
love you,
trying.
A-Dubs. Come on, it's
I'm
all about that POP. Let's go, my brother.
I'm trying, man.
Alpha,
Yeah.
I made a tweet saying that you need to turn your frown upside down. Literally, those were the exact verbiages, and I've never used that. So it pertains to you today, my man. I tweeted this before you even came into the room, knowing that you needed to turn that frown upside down, brother.
Thanks, guys. I know this is definitely the right place to be. I even like if I'm sleepy, sometimes I come to this space I feel a whole different person. But I'm looking at it's episode fucking 50, bro. We have all time high, bro. It's just insane. I saw earlier we even have Violetta in this stage. It's crazy. It shows how consistency works all the time. We hit 50, we hit all time high. Listeners is crazy. I will. Fog gave me an invite to come and speak. I was like busy in the back. I thought he fat fingered, and then I saw one from Grant. I was like, oh shit. I missed both of them, but I was like, shit. Now let me request and shit. But yeah, it's always a great place to be in here. I love all of you guys. And yeah, capacity cap. Thanks for that, and thanks, bro. I'm gonna go retweet that. Love all of you guys.
No, love you too, man. And if you ever need to talk, definitely hit me up in the back end. Like I'll do my best to help in any way, shape, or form that I can. But shout out to you, Alpha. You're always being so positive in the space, and I hope everything is going well for you. And like I said, if you do need to talk, hit me up, man. But like, man, shouts to you. You didn't have to come up. You still came up anyway. Like we can't thank you enough, Alpha. Like yeah, I know you've been here since day one. You've even co-hosted the second breakfast. Like man, shout out to you, Alpha. Everybody in the room. If you're not following Alpha already, everybody give Alpha a follow. Shout out to him. We did have two hands up before. We had Oprah and we also had Banks. We'll go to Banks, then we'll go to Oprah, and then we'll go to Ferk. But Banks, you had your hand up.
Now, I was going to quickly add, because you brought it up with like the GTA 6 incorporating crypto into their platform. They didn't promise or say anything that they're going to involve themselves with the metaverse, but I have a strong suspicion that I feel like they're going to do something down the road with the metaverse, because it's GTA 6, well, it's Rockstar, and Rockstar is like a really out there brand. I can definitely see them, because everything, like if you remember in GTA 5, a lot of their expansion is futuristic stuff now. I feel like they might have something down the road with like the metaverse, but they haven't promised it. But the fact that you can use crypto now to make in-game purchases, that's pretty wild to me, because not many games have even brought that up. And of course, it's Rockstar that's going to be doing it. But yeah, I can definitely see them doing some crazy stuff with the metaverse, and they have the funding to do it. So I feel like we might see some cool things from them down the road.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like Rockstar Games is a massive company, and they're only going to increase over time, in my opinion, anyway. But Burke, you had your hand up.
Yeah, man. I was just gonna say shout out to freaking our boy A Dubs or Alpha. I love you, man. I think it's funny we were both throwing you the mic. I didn't even know Grandalf was sending you the requests too, but I was like, bro, it's episode 50. Where the hell's Alpha? He has to be a part of this because this is where we built our relationship with you, man. Like I'd always seen you in the Discord, but you chose to come up and speak near the beginning of these spaces, and we've got to talk to you over these last 50 days, and now we're super tight, man, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that I built these friendships, especially with people like you, Alpha. So thank you for coming up. Sorry you're having a bit of a rough day, but we definitely got your back, buddy. If you need anything, hit me up. But hopefully hanging out here today makes it a little bit better, a bit of a distraction, and I just appreciate you coming up and being a part of this for episode 50 with us, man.
Wait, you think I was gonna miss coming up and speak on episode 50? You fucking crazy. Nothing can take me down. I was honestly even like targeting like the when Grandalf said, "You have the final thoughts," and then I'm gonna request my ass. I'm like, yeah. Episode 50, bro. I told you guys, I'm big on numbers. I will always come up. Episode 50, 55, I'll be up here. 60, 100, bro. It's fucking crazy. I have to be up here, bro. Love you guys, man.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. And like, if you didn't, I was gonna call you out. I was gonna call you out, Alpha. And two other people I'll call out. Jeff Matthews, come on up, man. Come on up. We'd love to hear from you. Also, you might be busy at work. I
About it, bro. From all the way across the damn globe, I'm giving you the biggest damn hug, high five, pinky, whatever you want.
Absolutely. Yeah, I appreciate the intro. My name is Cyrus Saber. I'm the owner of Supreme Kong, a fellow project in the space just like you guys. But, before I go in a moment, because I'm about to grab coffee and breakfast and start my day, I thought it was really important. I wanted to come up here and just give you guys flowers. You guys have an absolutely amazing reputation in this space. I love
Yet. As well as the rank and some other stats. So that'll be kind of good if you're looking to get one that has not been mutated at all. If you do end up getting one that's mutated, a lot of the times you can snag the mutated version from the Mac collection. A lot of the times it'll be listed as well. So you could snag that and then pick up an M2 to complete the full set if that's still available, or there's a couple ways you can go about it. But definitely take a look through the floor for sure, though.
I really appreciate the insights so far. I really fuck with you guys super heavy, man. And I think, first step, I got to find, my forever ape here. And then the next step, I would love to, have our communities hang out. No shilling, nothing like that. Just like building Web3 and chilling and networking. You guys are the real deal. Got two hands up on stage. Maybe they got more alpha for me. What's up?
No, thanks so much, Ben. And like it is heavily appreciated you coming into the space and coming up to speak. We heavily do appreciate it, and I do think that the more just before we get to the hands, I do think the more we cross pollinate and bring more people and extend our table, as Grandpa Hoff definitely says, like it is so important. And you said well you don't want to make it about shilling. Like I definitely agree. Like we're like people will come in and they will hear about you indirectly. Like everybody can click on PFPs, they can find out what you're about, but these real conversations and just hanging out, chilling and everything like that is so important, and that's how we bring new people into our project and also other projects. It is so damn important.
I just gave everyone on stage a follow. I encourage you guys to give me a follow back. This is step one of our beautiful relationship together. And yeah, bro, I'm just going to listen, grab my coffee right now, and get my alpha on.
Hell yeah, man. Thanks for coming. Grandpa Hoff, I'm pretty sure you had your hand up first. Well, you haven't spoken today. How are you today, Hoff? Thanks so much for coming up as always.
Good morning, gentlemen and ladies. Congratulations on episode 50. What a feat. I did a bee removal yesterday in the scorching 110-degree heat index in a bee suit for 4 hours. Got a pregnant lady. She was safe now. She doesn't have bees on her front porch, and they're relocated, and her dad actually is the one who's going to end up with the beehive to have bees out at his house. So it was a cool deal. Little free 99 work. Got a 12-pack of beer. You know how it is. That's how Hoff goes. Bring some beer. I'll get the bees. We'll make some honey. I probably got about 5 gallons of honey that I got to process after second breakfast, but I wasn't going to miss it. Congratulations. Hey, Alpha. Hey, brother, you woke up on the right side of the grass today, so think about it that way. Don't think about it as all the tragedy, adversity, and shit you're going through. Just think about it that you woke up on the right side of the grass and the sun is shining on your face. So also, it's pretty cool to hear Abrams talk about the cross-pollination and stuff about a project that they've stood up on their own for 6 months. I think that's a huge thing that a lot of projects are missing nowadays. Everybody wants to collab 30 days out the gate from a min out, and they're like, we got to collab because it's rob Peter to pay Paul, where like we need their people to buy our shit and our people not to buy their shit, so that way we got more people buying our shit and our shit's going up and our floor's rising, and like it's just a self-serving like deal. But when you like hey, we've stood the test of time. We've stood up on our own. We're doing our own thing. We got our own vibe, but we want to vibe with people that did their own thing and they want to vibe too. Like, that's cool as shit. I think that's 100% how it's supposed to be. That's how Web3 is going to promote forward. That's how we're going to, not saying that it needs to be collaboration, but at least like be members of both projects and promote each other and lift each other up. Like, that's what PLP is. It's lifting each other up, making today better than it was yesterday. And like I said, I think it was on Friday Spaces, I said, forgive yourself for yesterday, execute today, and plan for tomorrow. So I'm glad to be here at episode 50. Let's go. I'll be here for episode 75 and 100. Let's fucking go. Love you guys.
Hell yeah, man! Hell yeah! Shout out Grandpa Hoff, always with the good vibes. Like we can't thank you enough for supporting us with these spaces, and it's just heavily appreciated. You raise a lot of valid points. Swell, you had your hand up. You had some thoughts.
Yeah, man, I was sitting here thinking about all the cool stuff that's on the Grandpa Ape Marketplace right now, and had a little bit of alpha for our boy down there. He said rarity. So I said, let me see if I can find the most rarest things out there and what would they be and like true ranking and how would they actually, where would they rank? So the rarest, lowest thing I found is Grandpa number 4110, and that is a rank 232. It is a badass ape. It's got a blindfold. It's a black fur with a black members only jacket and the Scottish hat, and it's got the really nice purple background. That is a very, very nice grab right there. And then there's one more that I saw as well. Hold on as I get back to it. There it is. It is Grandpa Ape 4057. Sorry, the other one was 0.6. This one's 0.485. And this is a rank 450-ish, if I'm not mistaken. Trapper hat, diamond earring,